I stood in the training center of the cruiser running a training session for the crew. I did this every other day, and although the sessions were voluntary, they were always full. I only trained 10 at a time to give one-on-one instruction. We had 57 crew members besides us, the Heveian officers. They kept the ship running and the decks clean. They serviced things we couldn't even access, and I knew each one of them personally. Most of the crew came to my sessions. It was interesting to teach beings of different body types how to wield weapons and maneuver through possible scenarios. And by different body types, I mean species with all manner of body parts. Some species were armless, but possessed tentacles as fine as hair. Some had more legs than I could count and were impossibly fast. My favorite part of these sessions was learning the strengths of each crew member and teaching them how to best use those strengths. This week we were learning how to use blasters. I moved to each one, helping where needed. If the R8 Bestien space cruiser we all lived on was ever boarded, and it did happen, rarely, we had a force that would stand against them. "Good, Kakis," I said, adjusting the grip of the Typiska female whose 15-jointed fingers caused her to grip the blaster too tightly. "Relax and adjust your stance, then turn and aim. Do not be distracted." The short-statured, white-scaled being whose enormous eyes and precise hands made her perfect for keeping delicate gel power cubes perfectly balanced in stasis had found her voice in these sessions. Daggers were her specialty. I would never want to go up against her in the dark if she had a belt full of them. Kakis was lethal. She was not as good with blasters. "My hands are not made for these," Kakis muttered. "It is not an elegant weapon," I said, "but it is a fast, lethal one. You don't need to be an expert, just understand the functions. You're doing well. Keep going." She grumbled, but adjusted her stance and repositioned her hands around the weapon, aiming at the target on the opposite side of the room. Each student and their target were separated by an energy field to prevent mishaps. So far, no one had been seriously injured in this room, and I aimed to keep it that way.